Hello, and welcome to the Disgruntled Traveler podcast. Now that I got your attention, this is a story that takes us to Chiang Mai, Thailand. Where is Chiang Mai, Thailand? It is the very northern part of Thailand in the mountains. Lots of beautiful temples. Quite beautiful place to visit if you haven't been there already. But what is this story actually about in Chiang Mai, Thailand? This story is about a Grab driver who tried to scam me out of more money than what was going to be originally agreed to on the app. Now, you're probably thinking, well, first of all, back it up, Tammy, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. What is Grab? Grab. I'm not talking grab your ass or your hand or whatever. Grab is an app or an application that you can download on your cell phone, smartphone. It's something similar to Uber in the United States, okay? So when I say Grab, think of Uber, all right? Get that in your mind. So similar to Uber, you can either pay in cash or you can hook up your credit card information to the Grab app and just pay through your credit card, right? So I personally, when I'm traveling, I'd rather use a rideshare app than to hail a taxi straight off the road and try to haggle and bargain. And, that's just, I don't have time for that. And besides, this is annoying as shit. And then even if you agree on something, 9 times out of 10, they may not have a meter that's running, or they say they have a meter, but it's actually on their phone and you don't see it, and they're going to rip you off anyway. So my best advice from a personal solo travel to you, if you've never done it before, especially in Southeast Asia where they hardly speak any English, like you need a Grab app, okay? So 9 times out of 10, this app works completely, legitly, perfectly fine, but there are some bad players in the game, okay? All right, so let me tell you the story. One day, I decided to take a Grab ride up to a magnificent temple on a mountain. It was a Hindu temple that was overlooking the valley of Chiang Mai, okay? No problem getting up there. I spent, a couple hours sightseeing, doing my thing. Now the park's getting ready to close. So it's like, I'd say close to 5 o'clock, right? Sun's getting ready to set. I want to go home. Okay. So I'm like, okay, no problem. It says driver is on its way. Okay, fantastic. So I'm waiting on this driver in the parking lot. Okay. Most of the place is pretty emptied out. It's just me and a couple of food vendors, and they're closing down at the moment too. So, all right, my driver shows up, female Thai, okay? It's a Thai chick that's driving this car. All right. So I get in the car, close the door, put on my seatbelt. Before she takes off, she asks me in English, "Do you have cash?" So I'm like, why are you asking me if I have cash? So before I said yes or no to that question, very smart to ask, why? Why do you want to know if I have cash on me? And then she proceeds to pull up her cell phone with something that didn't look like the Grab app, points to extra money on the phone and says, this ride's going to pretty much what I got from her broken English that, yeah, this is the amount on the Grab app, but it's an extra $10 in their money as a fee to drive me back home. In other words, she's trying to rip me off $10 as a tip for herself. Then she asks me, so she shows me that, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then she says, we can settle this off the app. So if you just want to give me the cash right here in the cab, we can just cancel the ride and I'll drive you. I'm thinking to myself, girl, this is not my first rodeo, okay? I've already been there and done that. So in my mind, I'm just laughing. I'm like, this bitch ain't getting away with this shit. All right. So I says to her, I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I play stupid. I said, I'm so sorry. I don't have any cash on me. That's why I booked it through the app on my credit card because I don't have any cash on me, which you know damn well I'm lying. I have cash on me. So I'm calling her bluff, right? And she's like, you know, and she keeps doing this and pointing. And I was like, I'm not fucking with this chick, okay? So I undo my seatbelt, right? I pull out my phone. I says, look, I says, this is exactly what it's quoting me for you to drive me back. I says, if you can't do that, I'm just going to cancel the booking and I'll get another driver. And I started opening the door. Immediately when I did that, she was, oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, it's okay. It's okay. You come back. It's okay. And she starts laughing like, ha, 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 ha. And then she starts to drive. So I'm thinking in my head, this chick's crazy, right? I mean, I know I'm a little crazy, but this is really she tried to play me, bro. So I guess she figured, you know, I better take the $5 for the ride is better than zero because it was like probably the end of her shift. But she was just trying to play me and see if I would fall for her little, you know, extra cash scam deal, right? So the whole ride was very awkward, okay? It was a 30-minute drive to get back to my place from out of the mountains. And she's playing some low key, you know, Thai music in the car. And we didn't talk the whole way, but I was so mad because number one, I'm thinking, okay, you just tried to rip me off. Another $10 in your money. So in other words, a $5 ride, she was trying to make it a $15 ride for 30 minutes. And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, this is not right. If I was any other tourist, I probably would have buckled and just given her the money just to get the ride, right? But I'm not any other tourist. So how many other people has this chick done this to? And number two, it's like, okay, so you're using, think about this. She's using the Grab app to get customers for free, right? And then she's asking them to give her cash and to cancel the booking. So the people on the Grab app aren't getting their cut because she's canceling the booking. So she's keeping all the profit, you know, and the only one that's really benefiting is her. Yeah, you get a ride, but then you're paying 3 times the amount if you let her get away with that shit, right? So all this shit's going through my head, and I was like, I know damn well I can report her, but I'm not going to say anything, right? I want to make sure she gets me to my place safely and all that, right? Got something on my leg, so I keep looking down. So, okay. All this going through my head. I'm like, okay, I'll be cool. Just be cool. Let's just get home. So she gets there. She doesn't ask me for any more money. I just like say, okay, thank you for the ride. Goodbye. Open the door, shut it. She leaves. So I'm like, I'm going to get her, man. So I went up to my apartment and I got on the Grab app, customer service, and because it asks you to review your driver. Okay. It's probably similar to Uber, but it asks you to review your driver. So I get in there because I have her name. I got the tag on the car. I got her name. It's all on there, right? It says the exact date and time that she drove me. So I wrote the review off of her information and I told him straight up. I said, look, she's ripping tourists off. She's ripping you off because she's taking everybody off the app and getting cash. And on top of that, she's charging 3 times the amount versus one. So she gets a nice fat tip off the tourist. So I sent the review in, and of course you get like an immediate response email that says, "Hey, thank you, you know, for submitting this. We take this seriously. We will let you know the outcome. All right, we're going to investigate, and we're going to let you know the outcome." So I was like, "Okay." So you know, a week goes by. I don't think much about it. It's sort of in my head. I'm like, I wonder whatever happened to that driver. Right? I never ran into her again. And I get an email back from Grab. Right? And it says, it just says that, you know, they didn't tell me exactly what the punishment was for her, but it says that, you know, we have a right to suspend and or terminate Grab drivers' employment where they cannot no longer use our app services anymore. We have investigated and proper action has been implemented against this driver. They wouldn't tell me what it was, which is fine, none of my business. All I know is that they did something to this driver because of her actions, trying to get extra cash and then ripping them off, right? So that's my story. Okay. So I feel as a slow traveler, I feel it is my duty to actually put in these types of reviews so that other tourists, like it could be you, all right? Maybe you're not slow traveling around the world like I am. Maybe you're just on vacation. Okay. Think about it. You're on vacation in Thailand. You don't know what's happening. You're just going with what these drivers are telling you to do, and you do it, and you're bleeding money like crazy because they're ripping you off. But always remember, you have a right to get out of the car. Okay. They can't hold you captive, and you have a right to cancel the booking and rebook another driver. You might have to wait a little bit longer, especially with me. It was 5 o'clock, it was rush hour. I think it took her 15 minutes to get to me, but I was like, I'm sorry, lady. You're not getting me, bro. Okay. I'm not giving you another $10 on a $5 ride. There is no way in hell you're getting that money from me, i.e., the disgruntled traveler.